Hi, this is Dr. Manjunath, IVF specialist and laparoscopic surgeon. In this video, I am going to talk about the PCOS, the most common hormonal imbalance problem which can affect fertility. So, apart from hypothyroid, this is the commonest hormonal imbalance condition which can affect fertility. So, understanding PCOS makes you feel comfortable that the most important fact that this is the easiest condition to treat and achieve pregnancy. I would rather say that 95% of the PCOS patients will conceive easily with one or the other treatment modalities. So you rest assured that there is not to worry much as per the fertility is concerned in case of PCOS. The incidence of PCOS is around 15 to 20% of the ladies have this condition, and I would say that every alternate patients who visits our clinic will have PCOS. So many times they themselves will come with I have a PCOS, and most of the time they know that the diagnosis, the PCOS is PCOS, and they would have done already the diagnosis by themselves. So in this video I am going to tell a little bit about the scientific way of understanding the PCOS, the treatment of PCOS, and how we diagnose, and what are the things you can do to reduce the impact of this PCOS on your fertility. So according to the definition of PCOS, out of three conditions, 2 conditions are fulfilled, we term it as PCOS. So what are these 3 conditions? Like either anovulation or oligoovulation, means to say they will have irregular periods, that is once in 2 months, 3 months, like that, or they might not have periods at all. So this is one condition. The second condition is in the scan, when we do the scan, we need to find polycystic ovaries in the scan. This is the second condition. The third condition, either they should have clinical or biochemical evidences of hyperandrogenism. What is hyperandrogenism? Means conditions leading to high androgen levels, or conditions which will be following high androgens in the body, like acne, hirsutism. Acne you all know. Hirsutism means increased facial hair growth or the hair loss. So these are all the hyperandrogenism conditions. So any 2 of these conditions are fulfilled, we term it as PCOS. So what exactly PCOS happens means, in their hormonal system there is an imbalance which is tilted towards more androgen in the body. Means to say there is something called as FSH and LH ratio. So normally the FSH and LH ratio should be 3:1. So but in this PCOS conditions, what happens? The FSH and LH the tilt will be more towards LH. Either the FSH to LH ratio will be equal, or the FSH to LH ratio will become reverse. Means to say the LH will start rising and it becomes more, and that will lead to imbalance. That's how we call this as a hormonal imbalance. So this increased LH is a sign of hyperandrogenism. So this increased LH will lead to various further biochemical or hormonal imbalance, leading to so many effects, like there won't be proper regular cycles, ovulations won't happen, they will not get the cycles regularly. If the ovulation doesn't happen, that may lead to infertility problems, increased weight gain problem, and long-term effects like diabetic. Sometimes very rarely it can lead to endometrial cancer or other metabolic syndromes, the hyperlipidemia. Those conditions it can lead to. So what happens? One more imbalance which happens in this insulin resistance. There will be increased insulin resistance. Means to say the patient is not insulin sensitive. The pancreas will start secreting more and more insulins, and they will become more and more insulin resistant. So this insulin resistance also leads to various metabolic syndromes and leads to hyperlipidemia, diabetic mellitus and various other conditions. So one hormonal imbalance leads to so many further hormonal imbalance, and fertility is one of the major impact of these PCOS conditions. So whenever the patient comes with a polycystic ovary conditions, what we first suggest them is to do a lifestyle modification and diet modification. Lifestyle changes includes a regular exercise of 30 to 45 minutes of regular exercise, more of cardio exercise, and concentrating more on their pelvic muscles. This they have to do. The second thing they have to change is their diet. The diet is, they need to be a more on high fiber diet rather than on refined carbohydrate products. So they need to cut down all their refined products, include more of vegetables, raw vegetables, include more of berries, walnuts, pomegranates, those kind of things which will reduce the inflammation in their body. There are some foods which are inflammatory foods. Say example, sugary drinks, refined products, white flours, all those are increases the inflammation in the body. So they need to cut down all these inflammatory products and include high fiber diet and antioxidant containing foods like berries, strawberries. They need to start taking some kind of supplements like vitamin E, vitamin C and vitamin D. So these are the diet and lifestyle modification. Apart from that, if the patient is trying to conceive or if they are trying to become pregnant, we prescribe them something called as metformin tablet. Metformin tablet is also a diabetic tablet, but here we are not giving this metformin tablet for controlling the diabetes or to control the sugars. Don't think that by taking metformin you will develop diabetes. It's basically given to reduce the insulin resistance, means to say to increase the insulin sensitivity. By taking this metformin, various metabolic reactions are changed in the body so that it will lead to less weight gain and more ovulation to happen. So apart from this metformin, we also tend to use some kind of ovulation induction drugs, means to say that these drugs makes you ovulate. So that has to be prescribed along with the consultation with the doctor, with monitoring of the follicles, how you are producing the follicles. So with monitoring you can take this ovulation induction drugs and try to conceive. So even if you are not able to conceive with this kind of medicines, then maybe we will need to start with hormonal injections, that is gonadotropin injections like HMG and FSH injections. With this, most 99% of the patient with PCO will ovulate and they become pregnant. So even the extreme cases of PCOS may require some procedures called as IUI or IVF or ICSA ICSI procedures. So as I told in the beginning, 95 to 99% of the patients will conceive easily with one or the other methods of infertility treatment. So you need to be aware that with slight changes in the lifestyle, changes in the diet, changes in the medicines, you can conceive. You should not lose hope. The PCOD patients they start thinking something bad has happened to me. Please don't think like that. It's the easiest thing to treat. So this is about understanding about the PCOS. So keep watching my videos for more details. Thanks for joining.